Good to have you here. It is time for chair yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today. Good to have you here with me. I know that it's kind of a cloudy day today, but if you can get outside and just get a little different perspective, even sit and just watch the birds and the geese and all the kind of things and the people, and it's just a different perspective. And sometimes that's good for our soul, it's good for our body to just get a different perspective. Let's start. Sitting in your chair, excuse me, toes are forward. We're sitting up nice and tall. Good, all right. And let's tuck that chin down just for a moment. And we're gonna breathe right here. Big deep breath right into the back of your neck. Good. One more breath. And let's bring that head right up here. Let's bring our ear over to the side. Let's push an arm away. Push the arm away, feeling the stretch through the neck. A big breath here. Good. And then let's bring that head up. See, we're still warming up. We're going to go easy, but we're going to come back to this. So bringing that ear over to the side, pushing away. Big breath. Good, let's bring that head all the way up. Big breath here. Reaching up as high as you can. And maybe your arms don't reach so high anymore, so maybe you're just down low. That's okay. Big breath. Good, so reaching those arms up, bringing the shoulders down. Let's grab one wrist. We could be here in the center. We're gonna just lean over to the side. And bring it up, reach, come on over. Good, and bring that arm all the way back up, reach them both up. Let's reach them forward with a big stretch. Good, keeping your ears, shoulders, and hips right in line with each other. Good, inhale, let's open. Exhale, let's lean forward, keeping everything nice and straight and even. One more breath. And exhale. Good, and then let's bring those arms all the way in. This time, let's go the other way with the belly. So go back, curl right through the spine. And inhale and open. And exhale. Good, inhale, open. And exhale right here, hold it right here, hold it. Good, and we're just warming up right from the top to the bottom. Let's lift those legs right here. Good, lift them right here. All right, let's grab one of those legs from right underneath. Let's just open and close. So we're working those hips. Working through those hips. So today is piriformis and sciatic nerve stretching day. I almost forgot actually, so I'm glad that all of a sudden I remembered. Let's make that circle. So we're gonna work those hips. We're gonna stretch them out real good today and circle the other way. But before we get there, we're gonna go back to that shoulder stretch just a little bit. All right, and then let's put that foot down. Let's open and close. Open and close. Good, and then circle. Just working into that hip, stretching everything out. I have the slipperiest pants on today, and then roll the other way. Good, and then let's put that foot all the way down. Good, now let's go all the way to those toes. Let's rock the heels, rock the toes. All right, and then let's put a lock on those knees. Let's roll to the outside, sitting up nice and tall. Good, and then let's put it right down here. So let's go back to that shoulder stretch. So we're going to push the hand away. We're going to bring the ear over to the side. And I want you to take your hand and we're going to open and close. Good. So even the tension in the shoulders can give us back pain. And not just upper back pain, but lower back pain. So this is actually a start of working on that lower back and the hips. Good. Now open it here. Let's make a circle. I'm still flexing the palm of my hand. And then roll the other way. Good. Push that hand back. Keeping that ear right where it is. I want you to take your chin now, and we're moving the ear a little bit, I guess, and we're bringing that chin down, and we're pushing back behind. Open and close your hand. You really can feel the movement of the hand when you're bringing that chin down. Really stretching into the back of that neck. Good. And then bring that ear all the way over. Let's look down at the floor. Bringing that chin down towards your shoulder. Are you feeling that stretch in that shoulder? Bring that chin up, ear over. Everything comes up. Good. Now take that arm, give it a shake and a roll. Good. A little crunch, a little crackle. I have it too. It's normal. Good. All right, let's do that other side. So that side feels really loosey-goosey. That feels good. All right, so let's do the other side. So we go to the side, open and close. Good. All right, now let's open the hand, keep it open, and push it away ever so slightly. Bringing your chin, and still I'm still my ears over here, and on a diagonal, bring that chin over. Good, breathing nice big deep breaths. Bring that ear up and then look down towards the floor. Still pushing back with that opposite hand. Feeling that stretch. Good. Bring that ear back over and lift that up. Now roll that arm back. Oh, doesn't that feel so much looser? I don't know about you, but I really could feel that today. We've been doing a lot of shoulder work. If you've been working out with me a lot, we've been doing a lot of shoulder work this week. All right, now let's just crunch them up and down a little bit. Good. All right, now we've been sitting for a little bit, so let's stomp our feet a little bit. Get some blood going. Let the neighbors know we're here. Right, we're here. All right. And that just helps us with that dizziness when we stand up. So if we've been sitting for a little bit, and if you're one of those people that you get a little black sparkly when you stand up, do this kind of thing. That helps a lot. All right, now plant your feet. Let's go ahead and stand all the way up. And I'd like you to come behind your chair. I'm gonna stay to the side, and I might even turn my chair some just so that that you can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're gonna start with a wide leg here. Good, nice wide leg, and we're just gonna rock a little bit side to side. You could bring your arms out if you'd rather, hands on the hips, hands open, with the hands on the back, with the shoulders open. Good, just rocking, little softness in the knees. We're working those hips. And as we rock, I want you to think about, I'm gonna push my hip a little bit further. Push my hip a little bit further. Remember when you used to do hip bumps to people? We used to hip bump them. That's kind of what we're doing. We're doing a hip bump stretch right here, stretching into the inner thigh as well. Good, that little hip bump and a hip bump. All right, one more on each side. Now let's hold it right here. Hold it right here. Good. Maybe a little turn and a look up. And by holding my arms back here, I'm actually working my posture. So if you could do something similar, that would be great. And bring it over. Let's do the other side. Big stretch. Good, and then let's come back to the center. Let's walk that in. So come forward so that you're standing to the edge of your chair. And you still should be able to see me by turning your head if you need to. So we're gonna work on the hamstring. The hamstring is a big reason why our hips and our backs can be sore or tight. So we're gonna put a heel on the floor. I'm gonna hinge right here at the hip, leaning forward, and I'm gonna stretch my chest towards the toe. Now some of us are a little bit more flexible, and we can take that heel and put it right on the chair. So we're still standing tall, we're still holding on, leaning forward, using the chair as a tool, bringing that chest forward, stretch. Can you lift your toe back just a little bit? Breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Good, reaching up through the head, stretch it a little bit more forward, feel that stretch. Breathe. Let's take the free arm and reach it, wow. Right, we're really stretching through that leg, and breathe. Good, now bring that arm down. We're gonna stand up nice and tall, bending that knee, bringing it to the floor. Good, now stand at the side of your chair but face forward. So here's an option for those of us that aren't quite as flexible. We're just gonna take the foot and we're gonna turn it so that it's perpendicular to the chair. Good, and we can just stand here nice and tall, maybe even do a little bit of a stretch to the back. For those of you that have a little bit more mobility and are a little comfortable with this, we're gonna actually lift up here. So we're gonna stand up nice and tall. Maybe we're clasping those hands, opening that chest. Maybe we're holding on, right? I gotta scoot a little bit more forward. There we go, a little more side. Standing up nice and tall. My standing leg is soft. I'm not locking out that knee. And we're gonna take our hand and we're gonna push back just a little bit if you can. Feeling that opening through the inner thigh, stretching through the hip. Good, and we're breathing. If this feels unstable, put that foot back on the floor. If you're staying seated, you could just open this leg to the side. This is a perfectly fine thing to do in the chair. So for those of you that are comfortable, we're gonna reach up and we're gonna come directly to the side. Now I'm gonna take my arm, I'm still pushing that leg back just a little bit, and I'm reaching over my head, looking up towards the sky. Big stretch here. Breathe. Good. And let's inhale and come up. And then let's take that leg carefully down or bring it in. March it out. Oh, do you feel taller on that side? I do. Let's go to the other side. See if we can even ourselves out. So we start facing the chair with the heel on the floor or bringing that heel and bringing it up to the chair. You decide what you feel safe with. For those of you that are still seated in the chair, this is just that single leg hamstring stretch that we do all the time. Good, so we're sitting up nice and tall. We're hinging through the hip. Good, leaning forward. Breathing, holding this stretch. Good, now for those of you that are comfortable, reach it forward, bring it forward a little bit more, pull your toe up, wow! That's a big stretch right there, isn't it? Good, big stretch. Good, all right, and then come back up safely. We're gonna bend that knee, bring it to the floor, and turning to the front. Good. Now we're gonna take that same leg that we just were working on, we're gonna turn it so that it's perpendicular with the chair, or if you're seated in the chair, just turn that leg and open it up. For those of us that are a little more flexible, we're gonna lift that leg, we're gonna put it on the chair. We could still hold on, just using our muscles, push that leg back, or we could use our hand and push that leg back, standing up nice and tall. And my standing foot should be forward. Mine was slightly turned, so I modified it. Softness in my knee, I'm not locking out the knee. Good, inhale, let's lift it right here. Come on over to the side. And maybe I'm still pushing just a little bit, pushing against that leg, working that inner thigh, looking up underneath my armpit right here. One more breath. Good, inhale, let's come up. And then let's take that foot down. Good, march it out just that little bit. Shake those hips. Good. All right, how do they feel, huh? Do you feel, let's walk around the chair to the other side. Do you feel like you're even? I hope so. I hope so. All right, so let's come back to the back of the chair, and I'm going to turn my chair right here. Sorry, I have allergies, and my nose is itchy, and I know I'm touching my face. I'm sorry. I'll wash my hands as soon as I'm finished. Sorry about that. All right, so bring your legs out wide right here, and I'm gonna hold on here with my onto my hips. But if you'd rather, you could hold on to the chair. And I'm just gonna bring my feet out a little wider, stick that bottom back. Good, nice tabletop back right here. Maybe I'm holding the chair, maybe I'm holding my hips. Good. Now I want you to bend your knees ever so slightly and push your hips back and then lift them just a little bit. And we could do that holding on here or holding onto the hip, either way. Lifting that hip, we should feel a big stretch right where the leg and the hip come together. Good, hold it, one more breath. Good, now let's inhale and come all the way up. Good, all right, and stay facing your chair. Let's take a nice step back. And I want you to come down into that down dog pose, but see if you can bring your head a little further than normal. So it's still right out of your shoulders, but you're really trying to go from here to that from that tabletop to here, where it's almost like you're coming in a little bit towards the floor. Now bend those knees, let's look up and walk it forward. Let's take those heels and kick them up towards your back side. Stand up tall. I realized I was leaning. That's not good for my back, is it? I always want to try to practice proper posture. Good, all right, now, let's go ahead and if you had turned your chair like I had, you can turn it back. Otherwise, we're sitting back in our original position. Good, okay, let's go back. Scoot your bottom forward. Let's hold that leg up to wherever you're comfortable, stretching the other leg. For those of you that have your mat handy, you could do this on the floor. This is a great floor exercise as well. Good, holding that leg. And if your leg, when you hold it, is right here, that's okay. That's how you are. That's just the way it is. That's okay. Good, now let's see if we can point that toe just a little bit on the foot that's extended. Push that chest up, look up just a little. Good, and then let's release it. Putting that long leg foot on the floor, I want you to grab the leg that you're holding. We're going to turn it just a little bit, and if you're down here, that's fine. Turn it just a little bit, and then we're going to pull it up towards the body, just that little bit. So we're really working into the hip. Maybe we're rocking it a little bit if that feels good. Maybe we're not. Flex your foot and see if that makes a difference. See if that changes how that stretches. Good, now hold it, push that chest forward, sit tall. Let's put that leg right over. We're gonna grab our chair right here, push ourselves up. Good, and you could have used the arms on your chair. Now we're in that cross-legged piriformis stretch. For those of us that can't get there, but we're close, try straightening that leg a little bit and see how that brought that leg down some. So I'm not way up here, I'm a little bit down. And for those of you that can't get here, we can cross right here at the ankle and our knee is out just that little bit. Okay, so wherever you are, however it feels the best, that's where I want you to be. We're gonna sit up nice and tall and we're just gonna rock forward and back. And it's like we're in a slow rocking chair. We rock forward and back, nice and slowly. Good. Rock it forward and back and forward. Let's hold it forward right here. For those of you that can, let's reach it out. Good, like we're handing away something. Maybe we're giving away all of our love today, right? Good, that's a yoga kind of thing, giving away our love right here. being kind to people, being tolerant. Good, and then let's bring it back. Good, one more time with a big reach, chest is forward. Good, and then let's open it up here, big stretch to the side. Good, and then we're gonna bring those arms down, and I want you to lean forward over that leg, pushing that chest towards the thigh or towards the calf. Breathing. Feeling that muscle, getting a good stretch. All right, let's walk it up just a little bit right here. Let's rock it just a little, release it, relax it, talk to that hip, say, let go, please. Stop giving me fits. Good. Sometimes relaxation is specific, it's purposeful. So sometimes we have to talk to those muscles and we just have to say, come on, let go, right? So sitting up nice and tall, let's push that one leg over and we're gonna sit up and turn. And bring it back to the center. Let's put that foot down and then let's do the other side. So we hold it up wherever you're comfortable, stretching the other foot out, pushing the chest forward. Let's flex that top foot and point the bottom. Good, pushing your chest forward. Good. All right, now let's turn it a little bit, and you modify for you, however it feels right. So we're turning that knee towards the armpit, and we're grabbing that leg right over across the top of the leg. Let's rock it right here. Good. And then hold it right here. And hopefully you're not hitting the leg of your chair here. I know some of us have that leg of the chair and it's not as comfortable. And then we're gonna cross that leg over. We could leave the leg long so that it gives you a little bit of a break when you sit up, or we could cross at the ankle. Either one of those is fine. Pushing up with your arms, we flex that foot so we're sitting up nice and tall, and we do that rocking chair. So slow rocking chair right here. Just that slow rocking chair, stretching those muscles right back in the buttocks. Good, rock it. On this next one, let's hold it forward. Hold it forward right here. Hold it forward. Breathe, nice big deep breaths. You got it. Good. For those of us that can, we're going to reach out. Good, bring it back. Stretching out, reaching. Good. All right, open it up here, big, big open, stretching through that spine. Good, and bringing those arms right to the front and pushing that chest forward, stretching through that lower back. Breathing, nice big deep breaths. Good, and then let's walk it up. Bringing those legs out wide, sitting up nice and tall. Let's stretch that lower back just a little bit more. So we're gonna come forward, anchoring here at the thigh. For those of you that need, or that have had glaucoma surgery, cataract surgery, and you just need to keep your head above your heart, stop right here. For those of you that can, let's reach down towards the floor. Good, relax into that pose. Letting the head hang, shake your head a little bit. Let's inhale and lift one arm up towards the sky, or just look towards the sky. And bring it down. Let's do that other side. Reach. And bring it down. Good. Let's bend those elbows. Maybe we're coming down further. Maybe you have a pillow or a block there, something that
keeps you slightly elevated so you're not quite so high or so low. And then bend that head, shake that head. Good. And then let's walk those elbows back up. Right here, let's take one shoulder, look over the other. So I'm taking one shoulder, putting it towards the knee and looking over the other. Bringing it back to the center and going to the other side. And bringing it back to the center, let's walk it up. Let's walk those feet in, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Let's curl right here just a moment, do a little cat and cow. So we started with that cat and cow. Let's do a little more. So we're really stretching through the spine. Good. And hold it right here. Hold it back. And bring it all the way up. Good. Now, we did a little bit of this in strength and stretch today, but let's do it here. We're going to work a little bit of our hands and our feet. So I want you to close your toes or crunch your toes in your shoes, and then open and wiggle. Good. And then crunch those toes, crunch those hands, and open and wiggle. Good. And hold. And wiggle. Good. Now, I want you to keep your toes open, and we're going to bring them down and lift them. And I have shoes on, but I can do this in my shoes. So we lift and lower, but the ball of the foot stays on the floor. The ball of the foot stays on the floor the whole time. Good. So we're just lifting those toes. Believe it or not, stretching your feet, massaging your feet can help with back pain because everything's connected. I know you might think I'm silly, but it's really true. It really is. All right, one more. And last one, now wiggle. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Good, and let's scoot all the way back in that chair. Good, make sure those tail feathers stick through it. That way you can sit up nice and tall. And if you needed to, if you felt uncomfortable here, you could put a pillow or a book, something softer behind your back, and that will help you sit up nice and tall. Good, all right. So let's take those hands, I'm gonna push them away, stretching through that shoulder just a little bit. Good, bring that in towards your heart. Exhale, push away. And inhale, bring it right here. Good, exhale, push away down. Keep those shoulders down. I want you to stay right here. You could anchor on your arms, on your knees if you needed to. Let's bring one ear over, see if those shoulders still are nice and loose. Bringing that head up and ear goes over. And bringing that head up, let's tuck our chin. And bring that head all the way up. Now let's let those hands go. Let's sit back in that chair, getting ready for just a little bit of quiet time. So let's sit back, close your eyes, sit comfortably in your chair, relax through your body. Breathe nice big deep breaths. Soften. Softening through the body, softening through your shoulders. Relaxing. Listening to the sounds around you. Maybe you hear the music, maybe you hear music somewhere else, or maybe you hear birds or the sound of construction equipment. Just incorporate any of those sounds right into your workout for now. Breathing nice big deep breaths.
holding on to that quiet feeling. Let's open up your eyes. Take a big deep breath. Inhale, bringing those hands to prayer. Those prayer hands come down to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me today in Chair Yoga. I hope that you feel stretched and in less pain than when you started and ready for a fabulous weekend. Namaste.